told my husband, I'm like, are you sure you want to vote Republican? And he's like, he's saying he's going to deport criminals. You're not a criminal. Every time we go to ICE, they tell you, Mr. Juarez, your wife is no criminal. He voted for him, and now he's deporting his wife. And now they deported me, they kicking me out, and they breaking my family apart. Before you enlist in the military, think it twice. Before you marry an immigrant, think it twice. Think it if it's really worth for you to sell this country.
Press conference in Doral Monday, Venezuelan Americans denounced the Trump administration and South Florida Republicans.
More than betrayal.
No.
Beyond betrayal.
Shocking.
They used us.
No.
Actually, during the campaign, and I don't want to make this political, but during the campaign, the elected officials from the Republican Party, they actually told us that it was not going to touch the documented people.
I believe that. Hey. We will vote for Donald Trump. Hey.
Welcome to the Sparkles Show, where the drama is real, the politics are spicy, and the commentary is sprinkled with satire, not sides. Today, we're talking about Latino MAGA voters, who, according to viral videos, are now frozen in fear, facing deportation, and wondering if their red hat was, in fact, a red flag. Let's dive into the rest of the video, and we will be back for more commentary.
Today's my last day right here in the United States after 20 years.
The truth is, we basically just re-elected Hitler, and I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe. My husband isn't safe, and I don't like it.
It's time to go. Oh.
Really hopeful that everything goes easily at the airport and that nothing scary happens.
Don't get me wrong, I'm very happy. I'm going to my country, I'm going to Mexico. I'm bringing my wife with me.
And I'm talking scary on our end. I'm not scared at all of getting to Mexico. I'm actually really, really looking forward to being somewhere that I feel safe for my husband.
I'm gonna get to see my family, my sisters, after 20 years.
I think it's truly shocking that the United States of America feels like one of the least safe places in the world. This is a good life for us. We're gonna have a great life. Like, we're about to live in Claudia Scheinbaum territory. That sounds exciting, man. I'm super annoyed that the things going on in the world are playing on any level in the plans of our future, because I do think that it's just putting such a damper on something that we could be very positive and excited about.
There's a park, a beautiful park, Veterans Park. I'm here almost every night to walk with my dog.
Look at that happy baby. Aren't you dolls? You're just a happy girl.
It's gonna be great.
It's so weird. I'm not going to be living here anymore. It's so weird. Yeah.
Ay, su pinche madre. Ya me está pegando.
For MAGA Latinos who voted for Trump that all of a sudden are realizing that their mixed status family members are in jeopardy, I'm going to say this once and once only. If you support a clown, you get a trick.
Están arrestando personas inocentes que solo huyen de una dictadura, de una tiranía asesina comunista.
How the economy is going to growing. Maybe it has to close.
Like so many other Venezuelans, she cheered when Donald Trump was elected, now terrified of being deported.
So Donald Trump just admitted something that literally rips apart all the little think pieces of you MAGA supporters and you ex-MAGA supporters talking about, oh, you can't believe what Donald Trump is doing. This man literally stated, you should not be surprised by what I'm doing because I campaigned this. You knew that this is what I was going to do because I told you that this was what I was going to do. So why are you surprised? That's what came out of Donald Trump's mouth. Go and fact check this if you think that I'm lying. Go on MSN.com right now and type in, because the title of this article is Trump says voters unhappy about the economy and his trade war with China should deal with it because, in quotation, they signed up for it actually. This is me reading from the article. So President Donald Trump's tariff policies has sparked fear and uncertainty in the market, clear. But Trump says voters should have expected him to impose these tariffs when they backed him in November. He says, well, they did sign up for it actually, and this is what I campaigned on, Trump said. President Donald Trump says voters should have expected him to impose so-called reciprocal tariffs on the world when they chose to back him in last year's presidential election. Well, they did sign up for it actually. This is what I campaigned on, Trump said on the tariffs during an interview with ABC News that aired Tuesday. So all of you guys, you MAGA supporters that were trying to get sympathy and pity because there's certain people now who know you for who you are and for what you voted for, trying to get us and basically gaslight us into believing that you didn't know what you were voting for. This man is literally saying you knew what you were voting for because I campaigned on it. I told everybody that this is what I was going to do, and you guys decided to support me. Now I'm here and I'm doing what I said I was going to do, and you're upset? Not even upset. Y'all are copping pleas. Y'all are copping pleas because you don't want people to know that this is what you knew you were signing up for. You just didn't think that it was going to affect you. And that's where I would want you to be honest. Be honest like the man that you guys supported, because he's coming out here and telling everybody, I don't know why these voters are talking about their surprise when I had been campaigning this. Thank you. At least one of them, even if it's the leader, is honest. You have the cheese lady that was over here lying and copping a plea talking about, oh, I just did it so that I could have cheese for my daughter. I want to be able to afford groceries. Now you can't afford the cheese. I don't know if you could even get the block cheese. You probably aren't even qualified anymore to receive government cheese. You understand? You have people talking about, oh, it's going to make groceries cheaper. Oh, our schools are going to be more funded. How do you feel? Your schools are getting shut down, and now the very place that you decided to move to just so that you would be able to put your kid into that school, it was for no fucking reason. Farmers are not getting funding. All of you guys, he's literally saying, and I hope if you are black, and you've had some type of back and forth on whether or not you should, kind of cut certain people off depending on how they voted. This man, Donald Trump, is saying, I told my voters what I was going to do. They knew, and they still supported me. They knew. They should not be shocked. If they're telling you they're shocked, they're lying in your face, because I told them what I was going to do and they said yes. They said, bet. We want that. That's exactly what happened. Okay? That's exactly what happened. So no longer fret with yourself and going back and forth on whether or not you should keep certain people around you, or should they have access to you. Okay? If they voted for Donald Trump, they voted for selfishness. They voted for no equality. They voted for racism. They voted for... They knew. They 100% knew. All of them little think pieces is bullshit. It's performative. They knew.
Trump supporter, I vote for Trump. They just got out of the car with the guns in the hands and say, turn off the car. And then he put the handcuffs on me and said, how did I get into this country? And he looked at his other partner like, smiling, like saying, can you believe this guy? At this point, I was with handcuffs sitting on the sidewalk. And then he took my ID and saw that it was a real ID. The other guy said, take the handcuffs off, take the handcuffs off. I was Trump supporter. I voted for Trump last elections, but because I thought it was going to be the things, like just go against criminals, not every illegal Hispanic looking like that they will assume we are illegals.
This guy seems like a nice guy, so I almost feel bad for you. I almost do, but I don't. Because with the privilege of the vote comes the responsibility to know what the fuck you're voting for. I mean, he telegraphed exactly what was going to happen. And they're not done. You got 4 more years in here. He's going to come after you, come after your family, your children, your nieces, your nephews, your parents. This is where you find out. This is where we all find out. How the fuck did you not know?
Welcome back, fam. This story, Latino MAGA voters frozen in fear and facing deportation. Oh, it's got betrayal. It's got regret. It's got, I voted for him and now I'm hiding from ICE energy. Let's sparkle through the mess. A TikTok clip made the rounds last week. A Latino Trump supporter, visibly shaken, claimed they now regret voting for Trump because new immigration raids are targeting people they thought were safe. The words, "I didn't think it would come for us." Cue the internet stitching, duetting, and dragging like it was day 3 of a Real Housewives reunion. Let's be clear. Credit to the original poster for speaking up. Credit to the stitches for offering empathy, critique, and in one case, a full-on interpretive dance reenactment of betrayal. The Irony Olympics begin. Now let's satirically unpack this moment like TSA with a suspicious carry-on. A voter, Latino and proud, wears the MAGA badge with pride. Hopes for border security, but assumed they were in the exceptions section. Fast forward to now, they're being told to have your papers ready. And the internet did what it does best, mix empathy with petty. Some said, this is heartbreaking. Others said, this is poetic justice. And Sparkles says, it's America in 4K. Is this political plot twist or predictable plotline? Let's look at this like a Netflix drama. Episode 1, Build the Wall. Episode 2, But Not You, right? Episode 3, Surprise ICE Visit. Episode 4, Fear, Regret, TikTok. We're not saying every Latino MAGA voter is regretting their vote, because many aren't. Some are doubling down, saying, that's not Trump's fault, it's the deep state. Others are silent. And then, some are looking for asylum from their own politics. Oh, the sparkle of irony. So guys, let's dive into reactions across the spectrum. Comments flooded in like a news ticker on caffeine. Why vote against yourself? He said what he was gonna do. You just didn't think he meant you. This is bigger than Trump. It's about a system that uses people, then drops them. Even other MAGA voters stitched in to say, don't panic. If you're legal, you're fine. But others whispered, yeah, about that. Meanwhile, immigration advocates are torn, some offering compassion, others calling this a teachable moment with consequences. So where does that leave us? Latino MAGA voters are now in a public identity crisis. Immigration enforcement is being called both overdue and opportunistic. And the internet? Just here for the comments and the chaos. This isn't about who's right or wrong. Sparkles doesn't pick sides. This is about what happens when the political car you drove suddenly backs over your own foot. Shout out to the originators and stitchers for giving the internet what it always wants. A little truth, a little drama, and a lot of receipts. Comment what you think. Sparkles reads every single one. Still listening? Drop a in the comments for chaos energy. Until next time, stay sparkly, stay satirical, and stay aware.